Hey there. If you're someone like me, a little bit older and hopefully a little bit wiser, have you noticed that starting something new seems a little bit more difficult to grasp or process? Well, today I wanted to share with you my firsthand experience on the starting process. I decided to document my journey of learning how to, that's right, jump rope. And it's something that we learned when we were wee children. And I figured that it was worth a shot because, I actually have been seeing people post on the YouTube, and I figured, why not? Let's give it a shot. If you're new or returning to the channel, my name is Elaine, and I post on random things that are on my mind. And this one has been on my mind from the inception of this channel, probably even before. So I hope that if you are on the journey, we can continue the discussion in the comments down below. Also, if you are on the jump rope journey like I am, or maybe you are super seasoned, I would love to get your insight. So let's get into it. So this is actually day one of my jump roping journey. And to be honest, this actually was the true start point. And I was going to mention that I actually purchased my jump ropes in July of 2024. That's nearly 5 months of waiting to get started on this particular topic. And if you didn't notice, my coordination starting off is a little bit, it's taking a minute. Yes, that's me. Now we're entering day 2 of jump roping and feeling a little bit more comfortable, but yes, still not getting to the point where I am ready. And I decided to do a wardrobe change, thinking that would actually help. And I think that's where we get in our heads a little bit. We think that if we try something a little bit different, that's outside of that process, maybe it will make it better. I don't know if you do that, but I sure did. And I'm pretty sure I was not cold, and so I decided to throw on a hoodie. Yep, that's me dropping. Yep, wow. Yikes. Day 3, I got super excited about doing my jump rope life that I set up the camera facing the mirror, and hence this fun little blurry moment. But back at it, day 4. So jump roping is a different beast. I typically would run, and so when I first started actually jump roping, I decided that I wanted to follow some sort of ease into it. And so I'll link that video that I watched. It's from the jump rope guys. Really good resource if you want to pick it up. Yeah, it's, really focus the first 7 days on form and really easing into it. And so the first day that I actually started jump roping, I only went for 3 minutes. And it was a hard workout, let me tell you. But I am starting to feel a little bit more comfortable, confident. Yeah, I'm actually surprised how far I got. Package came in. I'm very excited. Flip it over. So this, right before I was supposed to head to the gym. So get this guy out. Whoa. Ta-da! All right, opening it. Get jumping in 3 easy steps. I'm already stepping. That seems pretty high quality, very light for the most part. And I'm looking forward to using it today. Since getting the jump rope, I actually was able to get myself up to 20 minutes of jump roping per day. Not consecutive, obviously. You can kind of see that I'm still continuing to trip up, which I think is a very, very common thing. But really one of the main focuses was to try to keep the form up and build the endurance to keep going. I am a sweaty mess, but I'm really enjoying the jump ropes themselves. But I do want to mention that as much as, getting good equipment may improve the journey, it's not necessary. And you'll see a little bit later the reason why I say that. But they do feel good in my hands. And also, look at me going back to the gym and facing the camera the wrong way again. Good times. So when I started jump roping, I think that one of the setbacks that I was experiencing was being super self-conscious in front of the camera. And I think that was also something that I continue to struggle with when I am starting an episode or like even this challenge. I was really, really scared because when I looked back on this video, I honestly wanted to burn it. But here I am progressing much more in the public and with this is my friend that actually motivated me. When I purchased my jump ropes, it came in a 2-pack, and as soon as I started my channel in October, it was like I mentioned to her one of the topics, and I had mentioned that I also had an extra pair. And on December 30th, as soon as she got the jump ropes, she actually started, like, she motivated me to actually get going. And this is where I feel it's super important.
It is.
Yeah.
Inspiration.
It's really important to find people in your corner that will excite you and like get you started. That's what you need.
How did it feel? Killing it. Killing it.
At this point in my journey, I was getting to the 30-minute mark, and I think that's as far as I want to get with it. And I don't know if you noticed, I started, the ceilings are really low, and I also was starting to feel that perhaps the jump rope itself was a little bit too long for me. And maybe it was like a situation with my my form, but definitely trying out new steps. And yeah, the boxer step definitely helped with the overall endurance of my my sessions. Still not sure if I'm doing it right, but I works, right? Still tripping up. And so, yeah, I think that when we get more comfortable, we start having fun with the whole process. However, something that really we have to be really careful of is burnout. And so I did give myself a little bit grace in between sessions. Did a lot of walking, took some rest days in between, and did other things to just supplement this whole jump rope journey. And it's kind of important to do that. Yeah, and so look at me. Oh, look, I'm doing tricks. Kind of. Not really tricks, just jumping around like a mad woman.
Oh my goodness. That was some sweat.
Now, going back to the starting process, I always find that, well, more recently, I've found that it just seems like it takes a little bit more time and consideration to get to the point where, you know what, it's time to actually act and do something. I had mentioned that I had purchased the jump ropes in July, and didn't start until 5 months later. But that was kind of the same scenario with starting this YouTube channel. It took me years to say, okay, here, you know what, I'm thinking about actually starting a YouTube channel. And then, like, maybe in June of 2024, I was like, okay, this is going to be my idea as my midlife transition occurs. This is the best time to get it going. And then, yeah, I mean, it's like almost, goodness, like 2 years to actually start filming, feeling comfortable in front of the camera. Still not feeling comfortable in front of the camera. And honestly, it's one of those situations where the process isn't effective until you actually get into it and you start somewhere. Many actions. If you're actually looking to start a YouTube channel, highly recommend you just start filming yourself. And maybe you're not ready to post, but one day you should just post it and watch. Nobody is gonna be watching your stuff. People are still not watching my stuff. And honestly, I'm actually okay with it. Because right now I am still learning. It's still new to me. Not dealing with that many trolls. Thank goodness. I'm not sure if I'm ready for that, but you know what? This is a muscle that I'm trying to build for myself. And I don't think I would get to the point where I am, especially in comparing and connecting my jump roping to this channel. It's this whole idea of consistency. And hopefully continually improving that keeps me motivated and ready for the next day. And I don't know if you notice, I am really making a push here. Yeah, that's right. 150. Right back at it. And yeah, so this is something that I'm pretty proud of. Even with longer consecutive jump rope sessions, I'm still able to keep up for more. That's definitely much more different than starting off with 3 minutes of jump roping and feeling pretty exhausted. Go me. At this point, I had exchanged my rope to a shorter version, and I switched back. It's still a fear of mine to be in public and filming myself. I know I'm a little bit cognizant of people's ideas of being in my film. So I mean, I'm still very, very shy about that stuff. But here's the thing: this is the process, and I want to get more confident. And yeah. Reverting back to the old rope is still a journey. Getting back into it, but honestly, it's still a good time, and really trying other ways of filming and different angles. But regardless of the equipment that you have, you do adapt to what you have. And that's kind of the cool thing about doing the action. Like, you're so resilient, you are so adaptable. Even if it's not where you anticipate that you want to be, somehow it works. If you didn't know me a few years back, I actually broke my femur. And I mentioned this in one of my episodes previously. But I think that jump roping was something that I was a little bit fearful of doing because of the impact it might have on my knees. And that was kind of the biggest issue I was having when I was recovering. But since then, I think that I am fully recovered, and I'm back to running. And honestly, I guess this is the one thing that sucks about aging, is that I am a little bit more achy, but the benefits of jump roping is that it's the impact that helps build some of that resilience that you need to kind of power through. And honestly, I am not a pro, so if you notice, like, my form has changed just a little bit, where my goal is to keep my feet as close to the ground as possible to reduce the impact on my knees and like just my joints. Also trying to be outside a little bit more, get a little bit more of that vitamin D. And yeah. Also, I'm trying this new voiceover scenario because this is a lot of footage that I took. What are your thoughts about this? Look at this. Look at it, trying a different angle. I kind of feel like this is a clip from Footloose. Okay, yeah, totally aging myself. Yes, I'm an 80s child. And I love Kevin Bacon. He's definitely one of my favorites. Something that kind of comes up is, how do you stay motivated to keep it going? I mean, this is kind of the question that most of us go through quite often when we are starting something new. They always say that it takes 21 days to establish a habit.
but it's much easier to break that habit. And so when I first started, I think it was helpful that I was consecutively skipping for like 6 days straight, but really easing into the process. But there's a book I had mentioned before, Atomic Habits, where it says that, if you miss a workout, or like miss, a day of doing something, sure, you just pick it up the next day. After day 2, especially when you're starting off, it gets really difficult to get the motivation and context to come back. And so I keep that in mind when I am thinking about this whole process. And if I really want to incorporate something that's positive in my life, like that 2-day piece is really important. And also, like, something that I am trying to reframe my mind in is that I am telling myself often that I am consistent. I am consistently, like, I'm a consistent person. And I think that keeps me, one, motivated to continue to film every Sunday, but also this whole idea of, setting up these actions. This is what I'm here for. And so, I hope that by documenting my journey, I'll see strides to keep at it. To keep at it. And this is, I guess, the final day of documenting. If you notice, I mean, honestly, I had to count just to see how many times I filmed. There were times where I was actually in a public setting and I just didn't want to film. But I knew that I was, at it, and I was doing everything and documenting on my watch when I was skipping. But this is the final video. If you look back, this is the same outfit that I was using. And I'm feeling pretty proud of myself. And I know that it's not just this, but it's a combination of nutrition and exercise. And that's where we're at.
Starting the channel was an idea that I had for years. I've been thinking about it for years. And now that I've actually started, I'm starting to recognize that, like, at this point, I just got to keep going. And by continuing to post and by continuing to skip, doing the action is really the one thing that will ensure that you will keep getting better. It's not like, if you continue to keep them in your thoughts, they won't go anywhere. Like, go out and do what you say that you're going to do. That's it. That's the message. All right, well, I hope you'll enjoy this video, and I will continue to share my progress as we go along. Because this is not going to be, the next video won't be about start. It will likely be about how to maintain, and hopefully I will be maintaining by then. All right, that's it. Thanks.